Hello and welcome back to the Blade of Akar channel. You are watching Orwell. Orwell is one of these kind of interesting new types of game and centered around security, national security, snooping, spying, invasion of privacy. It's based on a nation called The Nation, I believe, and that's about as much as I know. And I think we have to undertake a job to kind of spy on people and dob them in. So let's have at it. So what have we got to do here then? Welcome, you have been accepted into Orwell. Please create a profile. Profile 1. Create. Let's use... I'm going to use my other name. Oh, it won't let me... Right, okay. That's not going to look right. There we go. Select profile picture. Ha! What are we going to pick? Let's pick... I'm just going to pick this dude. There we go. And then please agree to the following terms. I'm aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. Okay, we're doing this. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. I am now logging in. Freedom Plaza, April 12th. This is only next year? What's going on? Got some face rec technology going on. We're just watching the street. What's this then? No record found. Police record found. File number 5127X3_KI. What's going on here? So she's... Whoa. What just happened? So a bomb just went off? Episode 1. The clocks were striking 13. Okay. You're online. Good. Call me Symes. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants across the globe. Across the globe? To secure your nation? Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident, so let's get started. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Okay? Headlines? Okay. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Bonton. Explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities receive a strange letter. Read more. Approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police records, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Die Gedanken sind frei, The Thoughts Are Free, had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. JP. Okay, so that's that. There's no more there. What's this here? Can't click on that. Can I go home? Headlines. Okay, so we've kind of read that. They can't look at any more there. So they've told us to look at this unknown persons thing. The profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect. The blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. Cassandra Watergate. Okay. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile to upload them to our server. Okay, so I'm kind of building the case. Is that what we're saying? This cannot be undone. Right, well we know that. Okay. Date of birth, we got that? We don't have the date of birth. Occupation. A suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. The protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the group. On the ground, surely. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. So she was crying, and then we then arrested her. What? Without what? Any further proof of anything? Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. Where does that go then? Here? Aliases, counts, background. In there? One related document found. Good. With the data you extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer and you will see what I mean. What? What are you talking about? Right, where's this other document then? Is this woman a terrorist? Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. Cassandra W. Simple protester or anti-governmental terrorist? Bonton. The case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Cassandra W., pictured above, who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration against the newest amendments to the government's model project, the Safety Bill. Okay. Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect to the crime to the accused. Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labelled the alleged perpetrator alongside the rioters as anti-governmental terrorists. Okay. So she's an artist. Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance. So he's already, guilty until proven innocent. As we can see, it's good that you think ahead, but let's focus on the current objective first. I've held back a new document for you. I'll grant you access once you're done. Okay. Let's put that one in there. The exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up there right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Great, you have found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators, like yourself, are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk. You do not want to pass it on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Okay. He's saying he wasn't interested in the fact that she was an artist by profession. Okay, is there anything... What's this here? Rosen Technologies, shaping vision bit by bit. First National Bank, putting the safe in safety. See, some of this stuff might actually be pertinent. Stelligan University, study with future, Stelligan University.tna. Okay, can we go back to here? Cassandra's port. So she's got a portfolio. Portfolio, harbouring outstanding art. Welcome to the port of Cassandra Watergate. Hi, I'm Cassie, a colourful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my art career and put myself on portfolio. Below you will find a hand-picked selection of my latest works. You can browse through them by clicking on the arrows on the left and right side of the pictures below. See something you like? Why, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Leave a message on my UTEL account, thecassie92, and tell me which piece of data you'd like. Which piece you'd like. I'm gonna make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing? Free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. So, cats. Really? My beloved furball Kiki Ko Definitely the only family I need. So she's... They've painted the picture. She's basically a crazy cat lady, right? Yep, that beaut is me. I was never sure about the title, The Businessman's Forgotten Daughter or Victim of Traditionalism in Pink. What do you think? Right, I want to drop that because that's important. Good, you found a chat handle. That will allow us to overhear any conversations on that account. The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they start. Okay, so listener's not doing anything right now. I want to put this over because it's a kind of building up on what her character's all about. Daughter of entrepreneurs. Do we want quit my dull? Yep. There we go. Okay. Interesting. We should find out what that job was. Oh. Okay. Unknown person. Hey you. Hey Jossie. I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. Just waiting for her to type. I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. Can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. So this might be important. She stole a credit card of an unknown person. If you're able to find out what she was talking about, we could lock it for the owner. I don't think he cares. Wine. What does that Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney and all-round badass, have in mind? So we know who he is now? Wait, she stole the credit card of her lawyer. Really? Well, we should be able to track the credit card of this Langley down and lock it for him. Done. No, really, no need to thank me, Mr. Langley. This guy's a bit of a dick, really. You now have a profile for a related person. It can be accessed via the profiler. Okay. Data chunks will only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted into their relevant profiles. Okay. Right, so this chat has been going on still. Prob's just a business call from one of his favourite clients. Actually, yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. Very serious business, Cassandra. I thought as much. I guess I better pick up shitloads of wine. You'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle all that business. One bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight. So these two are clearly, they've got something going on. Oh, whatever. I guess I shouldn't pick up some of those party pills from your big pharma, aka my parents then. So her parents are into pharmaceuticals. Watergate, pharma entrepreneurs. That does ring a bell. Aliases, accounts. Joseph Langley, your lawyer. She's an artist, we know that. Right. Oh, come on, I was only teasing. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Ugh, maybe gotta go now, text you later. That thing. So they've stopped chatting. Okay. Let's shove that in there. So you're under the impression that our wonderful Miss Watergate is really living in Wonderland? Somehow I doubt that. Call it intuition. People's lives are hanging in the balance here. What if you pass me something I cannot identify as wrong so easily? You have got to be more careful next time around. So there are bits and bobs of information that I should not pass on. A Christmas present for my darling. This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I should have a hard time keeping it to myself. So this looks like it's a picture of Langley. I can't do anything about that. Okay, we're going back round now. What about here? Okay, procedure, closing raises manipulation suspicion. Investigation into the malicious... Oh, hang on. Orwell informs me you just encountered a conflicted data chunk. Whenever the content of two data chunks are at odds with another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the others will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed. Though this is your decision, once the information has been passed, there is no way to reverse your decision, your choice. Okay, that's putting it in harsh terms, isn't it? So I got to get this right first time. Investigation into the malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to a lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused's parents manipulated the trial. Triumphant. The suspect's lawyer, criminal attorney Joseph Langley, or is that Joseph? So we've got a proper photo of him now. Bonton. The case that has been at centre of media attention for the last month has finally come to an end. Cassandra W. was acquitted of alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place, with the case being closed due to a lack of evidence. Okay, so there's a conflict within the same document. I'll come to that in a minute, I'm reading it. Yesterday, however, the case might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above, welcomed this outcome. At no point has there ever been any valid evidence that my client was guilty. At no point at all. The revered defense attorney commented during the post-trial press gathering. The defense successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceedings. So if there's video evidence that suggests otherwise, why is there any question about this? Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the result of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favour. The victim, a father of two young sons, was rushed into hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma, unresponsive to treatment. Right? Okay, so is this conflicting with that? Okay, alright. So it's basically saying we're reading a document and we've got to basically say we're happy with that piece of information or we're happy with this piece of information. I'm not ready to do that right now, so let's have a look at this here. Products. This is their parents, her parents' pharmaceuticals company, or their website, should I say. Products. Watergate Pharmaceuticals enriches lives with our industry-leading range of products, making an important contribution to your well-being. Mether Blue, mood-elevating medication. Okay, so this is basically going through all of the pills that they have. Antidepressant, arthritic pain, cerebral performance. That's interesting. Okay, let's have a look at company. Aha! So this is her old job. She was junior COO, Chief Operating Officer. So that can go in. Carrying the family's appointed to be COO of a pharmaceutical company, probably by one of her parents. Being an artist and a junior COO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Carrying the family tradition to the next generation, Alice and Bruno's daughter, Cassandra, will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year-strong legacy. Okay. So we got Alice and Bruno as the mother and father. Ah, now I see. Keeping it a family affair. Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happens. The National Beholder just published a new article. You may want to take a look and see if there's any new information available. Okay, let's have a look at that. So we've looked at those. Actually, I want to just finish looking at this, because there's a jobs section here. We're urgently looking for a chief operating officer to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. Okay. So the person the COO that was there before has retired. Or maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. Okay. So she's basically quit her parents' company. Wow. Okay. Let's look at headlines. The leading newspaper of the nation, fast, precise and honest. Right, crime rate continues to drop. Bonton. The Ministry of Security has presented the latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. Delacroix gave a press conference early this morning. On Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published the new crime statistic report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offences decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of implementation of the safety bill. So we've got another thing there to read. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established which will have a considerable impact preventing further incidents. Do they mean Orwell? Here's the safety bill, or is it a report on it? Our principles put into action. So we've got a whole website to look at here now. So I'm not going to read all of this right now, but it might be something I need to kind of check back on at some point. Catherine Delacroix. So that Mr. Faulkner created the Page's peacekeeping mission. Okay, so that's down here. The party for the nation is elected in government. This is back in 2009, and then the safety bill is passed in 2011. Okay. Projects. That doesn't do anything. Participate. Donations, volunteer, become a member, join the army of the nation. Okay, so we've had a brief look at their website. We've got have we got? Oh, what's this? Negotiations in Triflith failed. Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. Okay. Peace negotiations in the riot-ridden Pargesian capital city of Triflith have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report that President Kassar abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives, as the latter presented a tangible plan for the organisation of re-elections. Sorry, that was a bit jumbled up reading there. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiations caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It has been reported that demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into shop windows and onto cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighbouring country and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions. It's funny, actually, we'll look at this here. Prime Minister Blaine, I think, is a direct reference to Prime Minister Blair of the UK, because this game, from what I understand, is actually based on those events where Tony Blair, had kind of pushed us down the path of increased snooping rights and things like that. I don't profess to know an awful lot about the whole situation, to be perfectly honest with you, but I think that's what this game is kind of angling at and having a dig at. Okay, so we got to go back to this procedure closing thing here. I don't know which way to go here, because she's in a relationship with this guy somehow. You know, whether that's as a result of this or whether it was before this. Also, the parents are wealthy because they run a pharmaceuticals company. However, she is not working for them anymore. So would they have done this? I don't know. What we can say without question is that the case was being closed due to a lack of evidence. That's all we can go with, really. This is what I figured. A pity that the CCTV feed did not actually help. Maybe it will today. Currently, I'm thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change. Don't you agree? Let's find out what happened between these two lives of hers. What may have caused this radical shift? So basically angling at why she quit her job. Cassandra's timeline. How would we have this timeline? Oh, timelines is like a Facebook thing, is it? How did we get this all of a sudden? Pop artist and free thinker. Birthday. We've got that now. Oh, here we go. Look, activism. That's not good. Art, music, activism. What a lineup. Cassandra lights, the targets, painting, Alice in Wonderland, my cat Kikiko. Okay. Cassandra Watergate posted on March 1st. Woohoo! First day in freedom, far away from the shackles of Watergate Farmer. Okay, what? Who's gonna pay for your stuff now? Mummy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I'm not Daddy's little girl anymore. My art already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay all my bills. Don't you worry about me. Whoever this guy is. And then she put despised puppets of the state. This was back in January, so this is further back in time. You have finally managed to destroy us entirely. There is nothing left to do but congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Fuck all you government lackeys. Most painfully, Cassandra. Sweetie, what is the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out in ages. You've got to get out from time to time. You'd feel much better. Mary, just shut your freaking mouth, okay? I'm not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again, I cannot deal with this right now. Okay, you know what? I'm really sorry that I still care about my best friend, no matter how often she decides to give me the cold shoulder. But in that case, that's in the past. Okay. And then she changed the status on August 22nd. Cassandra is in a relationship with Joseph Langley, not a member. So he's not on this Timelines website, which is basically a vague attempt at recreating Facebook. So we know this now for certain. With her lawyer, might be noteworthy. Why is this at odds? We should find out. Isn't that the same article we read already? Yeah, it is. Okay. The Beholder actually wrote about me freaking redeemed of this shit. But surprise, surprise, they had to mention the speculations over my parents buying me out. Makes the click counts go boom, doesn't it? So she's not entirely happy about what's been written in there. At least you're redeemed now. Want to blow off steam together with a little late night shopping tour? Mary, not today. I have a date this evening. Ooh, who's the lucky one? The guy who got her out. So this was her saying case closed. Congratulations, kiddo, you're my heroine. 1,000 cams on the plaza, but no proof. We've shown the world this dirty surveillance machinery only exists to intimidate and to mislead the people into believing false promises. Cams for safety, one big lie. So he's kind of anti-government as well, or anti the project. Wow, I'm so happy for you. I knew everything would be okay in the end. Shall we have an awesome Cassandra Freedom Party on Friday? Thanks you guys, I'm so happy. I'm sure you heard the load fall off my mind. Yeah, I will totally write an article on our blog, and Juliet, of course, I'm so in for a night out. That concert was amazing, so amazing that I just had to give my hair a little makeover. So without further ado, how'd you like it? So she's miffed that she went to the hairdressers without her. Really? Cassie's going punk. Did Mummy and Daddy agree with that? He's having a dig about Mummy and Daddy again. Looks nice. That's clever. Me likey. That's a whole new you. You'll also need a new name then. What about Cassarthis? Interesting. So henceforth, Cassandra shall be known to the world as Cassarthis. Nicknames. Or aliases. An alias name. You know people on the web. So many names, so many identities. It's always good to recover every alias, then we can match data chunks to the target persons whenever they are using them. Okay, that's the spirit, kiddo. Now I'd like to invite you to our little activist group. If you want to join us, would be nice to have you with us for the protest on Freedom Plaza on Friday. Okay, that's interesting. An activist group? Is there anything more specific? I don't know. Hang on, I'll get to that in a sec. So here's the conflict. Best friends, but now she's pushing her away. And I suspect that because she's moving in with these activist types, that her mindset is not aligned with things like going to the hairdressers and whatnot, and shopping and things like that. Interesting. Let's go back to listener for a minute. Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Yeah, don't remind me. You know I have a history with that place. Okay, come on. Already fucking me up. Enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories now I was there just moments before this happened. Ugh, I never should have gone to that damn protest. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not me. I was so happy when Goldfells accepted me into thought. I desperately wanted to go prove my worth to the cause. Think of it this way. If you would not have gone to the protest, you never would have been wrongfully indicted, and then we would never have met. Yeah, and I would not have been called a terrorist in all the papers. You are not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? You sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, damn it. What? Your card's not working here. Can't buy anything. Have you gone bankrupt or something? Unless you went on a serious shopping spree, there should be plenty of money on there. I guess we'll have to go without wine then. It's taking a while. Here's the thing. I've got an important business appointment tonight. It's surprisingly out of schedule and I can't postpone it. You've got to be kidding me. I'm very sorry, darling. We'll see each other tomorrow. You always have an appointment. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment every fucking where. How can you constantly do this to me? Darling, please just calm down. Have you taken your Metherin? So she's on Metherin. Yes, damn it. It's the only thing that matters to you, that I'm on fucking happy pills all day. Darling, please, it's not like that, and you know it. So I keep my mouth shut whenever you leave me hanging. If I don't show up at this appointment, I risk losing, and a very important client. Fine. Don't you understand that? Oh no, I totally understand. Don't you risk losing that very important client of yours. Cassie, don't be like that. I get it. I guess I'm just not an important client anymore. Oh, come on, Cassie. Going home now in case I'm getting up on that priority list of yours anytime soon. Please. So, having a bit of a lover's tiff, we now know that she takes Metherin. What's this Metherin? Can you look that up for me, please? I already know what it is. It's antidepressant. I'm way ahead of you. Right, yeah, so she has to catch the bus from there every day, meaning her presence there before the bombing could be coincidence after all. That's right. I'll reserve my thoughts until you find more evidence. I was so happy when Goldfells accepted me into thought. An activist group called Thought. Interesting. Maybe this is what influenced her. And who is Goldfells? We should find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Yeah. See, I told you. Didn't I already add? Oh, that's Harrison O'Donnell. I don't know which one to go with this. Slightly conflicted there in myself, actually, about which is probably the most relevant right now. So there's more information here, but I'm going to call this episode here because it's getting on for quite long. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Orwell. If you did, don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. Love to hear your thoughts about the game down below in the comments, so please type away, and I shall see you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.